It's another perfect day to get back out there and search for the great one, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're returning to day number 13, I believe, of our authentic great one whitetail hunt. And there's some pretty epic spots that I can't wait to get to. We just arrived at the first location here, and already we have eyes on some white-tailed deer coming in. I just saw what appeared to be a small buck. Where'd he go? Yeah, very, very small buck, but then there was another one coming in behind. And I think he might be just a little bit bigger. So far, we just have this one right here for now. And there he is! There he is! No freaking way! We got eyes on him. Oh my god. He's a giant 200-inch buck, and he's coming straight towards us. I was literally just about to talk about this buck, and all of a sudden, there he shows. There he shows up right there, 60 yards away. Now, ideally, I'd like to get him to come underneath us and take him down with a bow, because there's really no reason to try and take a shot in there. And by the time he gets to here, it's going to be within 25 yards. So we should be able to just take him down with a bow and make a perfect shot. But the only thing is, he's got a little ways to go yet. And by a little, I mean a lot. Oh, there he is, right there. Oh my god. He's 45 yards away from us, in range, and we have a pocket. Right there. That could have been a shot. Oh, and of course our caller just decides to wear off at the exact moment that buck turns around. What's weird though is I've never actually seen them leave this fast. Usually they trot off and then turn back around so that eventually they come in. But in this case here, they all just kind of bolted. And for no reason. All right, well, this buck's about to step out right here at 35 yards. And we smoked him. Watch, the big buck's gonna jump up now. Wait for it. Wait for it. Well, all we can do is come back and try again in the morning. That's all we can do. But we still got a 180 buck and a nice double lung shot at 30 yards. So as we're sitting here waiting for the deer to come in, all of a sudden we got eyes on some turkeys. And there happens to be a gobbler right there, 40 yards out from us. Although he doesn't seem to want to slow down. Got him. Perfect shot, dropped him, and everything else should stay calm. Just barely in time. Alright, time to head to the next spot. Here's our bonus gobbler, 4.18. Alright, we got to the next location here. Unfortunately, that 200-inch buck didn't want to show himself, but don't worry. We'll be back after him in a little bit. And now we have eyes on a 180 buck here. But I believe there's even another one coming in the back over here. So we're going to see if we can't try and take down both of these. Or at least one, depending on how many there actually is. There he is right there. That's a good buck. And it appears he's the only one here. So maybe I was just spotting him twice. Alright, we're gonna drop this buck. And see if something takes off over here. Nope, nothing. Coast is clear. And this buck actually got up from that. All these bucks got up from that. Got him. Got him. Oh, there's a giant 200-inch buck right there. Holy. I had a feeling there was another big buck in this region. I had a feeling. And that was kind of an epic follow-up shot on that one trivial over there. So this is the location that we always have one trivials, and usually I only take down one or two. But the reality is we need to take down at least 3 or 4. And so now that should make 3. Because last time we were here, we took down 2 more. Alright, here's this buck. Perfect heart shot at 68 yards. 180. And our caller is again right over here. So the only thing is, I'm not sure if they're going to come back to this location or if we're going to have to set up on them in a different spot. Now, we've typically called them in all the way to this stand here, but at the same time, I have had several situations where if you get there, sometimes these deer will spook. So I think what we'll have to do is just come back another time. Which is also why I moved the tent even further. Before I had the tent right here, so now I moved it back even further. So it should lessen the odds of us spooking him. Holy, I didn't realize we could actually see this far. That's how far that buck was that we took the shot at. Right here. There he is right there. Right now we're just kind of taking a peek over here and seeing if we couldn't get eyes on this big buck trying to cross somewhere, but it doesn't appear to be the case. So here's our buck laying right here. And our shot was 270 yards. We were holding for the top of the shoulder and spine, but to compensate for that drop, it was actually perfect. Right over the top of the heart and tucked it behind that front shoulder. Perfect shot on this one trivial 6-point buck. Well, like I was saying before, what we're gonna do this time is come in from the opposite direction where we have a tree stand set up, and if you look, right there lies the giant 200 plus whitetail. He's bedded on the top of that next ridge, and it just so happens that we have a tree stand right there. All right, so he's roughly 220 out there, and that means if we set the collar right about here, we should be able to get this buck to walk right underneath us. How cool is that going to be? I think we'll probably want to have it somewhere around right here. That should be perfect. Now we're going to turn on the collar and get it going. This time we're going to do bleat because I don't want to do something that's too intense. I want to make sure that we're a little bit more cautious this time. Because the buck's not very far away. In fact, he's right there. Unbelievable. We can literally see him from right here. Guess what? He just got up. Holy. He's coming in. We gotta get in. We gotta get ready. Here we go. Oh my god. This is epic. So, now we spotted him kind of behind over here. The only thing is we can't really see very good behind the stand. We can see really good when we're not in the stand, but there he is, right there. No way. And we got another 170 buck coming in as well, right out in the front. So that's pretty cool too. But our giant is approaching any minute. All right, so we gotta be patient because this buck is probably gonna come past less than 10 yards away. And ideally, I'd like him to stop like right there. Even if he stopped there, that'd still be pretty good. Let me check one thing once here. Yep, that's exactly where we want him. 20 yards away. Look at this. Look at this. This buck is walking past less than 30 yards away from us. It's the 170 buck. Now, it's important to pay attention to the path that this buck takes because our giant should follow. We got him out there at 28 yards, and now he's probably going to trot. But then when he gets to there, that was interesting. For some reason, he trotted right down perfectly down there, and then he circled back and stopped right underneath this brush just below us. All right, and here comes apparently a cottontail rabbit. But wait, is that a melanistic? No, it's not. It just looked like it was. Anyways, here comes our giant 200-inch buck, and he's coming straight towards us. Holy, look at that rack. We got him out there 70 yards out, but he's facing directly at us here. And we have a perfect wind, so we're going to be patient. We'll let him work his way in. Oh, we got a doe right there. And let's be patient, but get ready because here we go. He's stepping out at 40 yards. He's finally stepping into range. Look at him. 40 yards right there. As soon as he steps out, he's going to be about 35 yards. And that is going to be a shot. Smoked him. Perfect shot, and our giant buck is down. All right, well, that worked out pretty good. And guess what? We got this buck here as well, but we're gonna let him be because we have the other herd, which has those 1 trivials, and we already took 1 down. So technically, this will make 2 of the same herd. Is that a different 170? Hold on a second. No way! That's another one! You gotta be kidding me! That's another 170! Well, in this case, we could go for a 60-yard shot. Alright, he's not stopping. Ooh. Or is he? Or is he? We're gonna drop him. Right there. Alright. Pretty cool little bonus. I mean, I figure we might as well take him down with the rifle at this point because we already got the big one down. Next up, we can head to the next location. And I do think that this buck here may be from a different area as well. I'm thinking this buck may have came from over here, up on the north. But let's pick him up. Nice double lung at 80 yards, and he was a 180. Solid buck. He's got the 170 rack, but he has more mass, so he's almost a 180s. All right, we'll swing by, grab the collar, and go check out this beautiful 200-inch buck. Not gonna have to track him too far because he's laying right here. You can already see his rack sticking up. What a buck. About a 40-yard, perfect double lung shot, and a 212.20. Beautiful buck, right through the shoulder. You can see we were shooting down from the tree stand, and pretty solid penetration with the 420 grain arrows. Look at that rack. Well, we finally got one down. We had eyes on one, and now we had eyes on 2, but this time we made it happen. Now, this spot here is kind of like a pretty big hit or miss. A lot of times we'll have 2-3 different bucks, but then sometimes we'll just have 1 and maybe 3 or 4 different does. I don't know if we've ever had a 200-inch buck come here yet, but there's always a chance. Well, apparently it's not today because we only have 1 doe. Make that 2. Oh, hold on. We got a trivial coming in here. We got a 1 trivial. And we got a 150 buck. Well, all right. In this case here, I think we're going to take down the 1 trivial. And because he's coming right underneath us, we're just going to take him down with the bow. Nice and quietly. And that'll drop him. Yeah, we should probably take him as well. Although I do like to keep at least 1 buck in the area. I think this spot here could use a few less medium-sized bucks. Because otherwise we're going to keep getting 1 trivials and small 2s. Whereas if we take down all the bucks, hopefully we'll get a big 2. Or maybe even something bigger. 175 and a heart shot. Next up, we got this spot. This spot is always promising. And the thing is, you never know what's going to show up. One time I saw 3 different 180s and 2 200 plus bucks there. But every single time we go there, we only see maybe 1 160 and 1 180. So there's always 3 or 4 bucks that just never show. Holy! Just like I got done saying, you never know what this spot's going to turn out like. And all of a sudden we spot just this incredible buck. We're talking a 240 plus whitetail. He's out there 100 yards out from us, directly downwind, and he has an estimate of 235 to 276. He is an incredible whitetail. We got him out there at 80 yards. Though we could take that shot, it's not exactly ideal. And we got some more does underneath us. I was hoping there'd be some more whitetail coming in from the other side over in here, but that doesn't appear to be the case. Aside from that buck there. And that doe over there. Alright, well, it looks like our giant is stepping out here at 65 yards. And you know my rule, if he's within 60, he's in bow range. Dropped him. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a doe. If that was the buck, we would have let one fly too. Man, we held for the heart at about 65 and threaded needled that thing right through there and just perfect shot. All right, let's get down and go take a look at it. I was not expecting to see a buck that big here. Not even the slightest bit. But we got him. And we're gonna go take a look at him right now. That's why we couldn't find him. Because the tracer that's here is lit up and not the one that was in the deer, or at least from that angle we couldn't see it. But here's our giant whitetail. It's gonna be a 236, and we did get a neck lung shot at 62 yards. Kind of a perfect shot because from that angle, there's really not a whole lot you can hit. In order to hit the lung and the neck at the same time, that's pretty ideal. And probably our biggest buck of this hunt right here. The one that we saw before is a 200 plus, but I don't think he's going to be this big. This thing was 230 plus. Man, look at that rack. All right, we got to the next location here, and this spot actually, there should be a 180 plus. So if we find him, which there he is right there, we are definitely going to take him down. Although now he's going to be trotting in. He's a real nice buck. Look at the height and look at the width on that thing. That's a very exceptional whitetail. Although he's almost in range. We got him out there at about 95 yards. I would take him with a bow. But, hold on. I thought I saw something else over there. There's that one trivial. I kind of want the one trivial as well. And since this buck is just going to literally trot in all the way to us, then there's no reason for us to not take him down with the bow. Especially if he's going to stop broadside there at 60 yards. Then we're for surely going to take him. Ooh. Horrible shot. He was not 60 yards. I repeat, he was not 60 yards. Did we just miss him like 5 times right there? Oh, did you see that? Did you just see that right now? There was a giant 200 plus buck coming into the call, and he just bolted right there. I'm pretty sure it said 230. It might have said 250. I don't even remember. But honestly, there was an absolute monster of a buck back there. So that tells me one thing. We got 2 different spots now that we need to get back to and get these 200-inch bucks. Because holy, are they impressive. And it also tells me that we need to put our caller a little bit closer and be more patient to wait for him to show up. I still can't believe we messed up that shot that bad. Wow, what a horrible shot. Horrible, horrible shot. And the funny thing is, we missed him 3 times after that on the run. And that's kind of the main reason why we found that buck. Because had we not missed him, we wouldn't have kept on shooting. And if we didn't keep on shooting, we never would have jumped up this big buck. Or we never would have had the scope up to begin with in the first place. Because I had him down to 50% right here, and then I was trying to keep an eye on him, and before I knew it, all of a sudden he got to a 75%, 75 to 100%. But at that point, that's when I realized, I looked at the spotting info and saw that that was clearly not the same buck. Watch, right here. That is the buck, and we jumped him up right here, which is about 200 yards away now, but it was roughly probably 220 over there. Oh, we actually got a pretty good opening over here. And that just might mean we're gonna have to set up a stand there. Hold your horses. Uh-huh. Well, we could put one there. But that's going to be too close to the spot. However, we can for surely put one here. And we used to have one here. In fact, we literally called in and shot an 8-foot alligator right here. Was it this stand or this stand? Gotta be this one. Yeah, we shot some big bucks here and an alligator here. Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. We're looking at 180 yards out from this location as well. And then from here, we could come in from this outpost. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. First off, we need to find our buck. All right, it was a 190. So a beautiful whitetail. That was 52 yards and we shot almost a foot over his back. But it did take him down. And we'll get our arrow back as well. Well, here we go. We got our tree stand set up on the other side over here, which is overlooking this whole entire field. And now we just gotta wait for the big boy to step out. So far, we only see one small buck here, and there's apparently a doe right there. But we got motion from more deer coming in over here. And any one of these could be a big buck. There's the 180. And it appears there's another buck over there. And there he is. Oh my God, there he is. I knew he was coming. Well, I didn't know for sure, but I knew there was a good chance he could be coming out. Sure enough, there he is. Lo and behold, is our giant 220 plus whitetail buck. All right, well, we got a perfect setup this time. We got the collar right there. And the wind is blowing off to the east, so all he's gonna do is just keep on following these does right out to this buck. But right now, we got a perfect opportunity for the shot. We got him out there at about 150 yards. That's a good buck too. We smoked him. And we could probably double up. Oh! We had an alligator coming in. Oh, we had an alligator coming in. We didn't even know it. So the reason that we found this spot in the first place is because we did see a 200-inch buck over here. Actually, I think it was a 230-inch buck. And we saw him a couple times running off over here. But eventually it got to the point where he never came in anymore. So then I went over here to track him down. And I found his track, and it led us all the way over to here. And from this point, this is where we found the spot. We ended up jumping him up and taking him down right here. So we decided to set up a stand here, but apparently we had to put one up on this side because sometimes they don't show up. Like just because you know they're there doesn't mean you're gonna see them in that spot. For example, the spot I was telling you about from before, right up here, where we got our first 200-inch buck, which was a 237, I think. I told you there was three 160 bucks and two 200 bucks, and I always only see one 180 buck and sometimes one 200-inch. But that means there's three other bucks that never show up. And all of a sudden, guess which one showed up today? The 230 plus, and he came in to 60 yards. All right, so our buck ran across here, I believe, and I don't see any blood on that second shot. So it appears it was a clean miss. We shot into the brush and I thought just maybe we might connect. Well, as a matter of fact, I don't think that's the same buck. That's gotta be a different buck. That's another 180 plus. That right there is a 200 minus. Are you kidding me right now? Look at that. Right there, we're talking 300 yards out from us. So they're either bedding around this region or over here, which we haven't really hunted here in a while. And we just might have to go check that out in the future. No. This can't be happening. This cannot be happening. We just saw another 220-inch buck right there. I don't know if you guys even saw that, but we go from a 190 or a 200 minus to all of a sudden we're a couple seconds later spotting a 200 plus. 220 plus at that. Well, we're gonna have to start hunting here a lot more often, I'll tell you that. A lot more often. But for now, we're gonna take a look at this giant 236 whitetail buck, and we took him at 186 yards on the trot. Perfect double lung shot. And again, he's got that really cool high rack with just a ton of points. An awesome buck to take down. Well, we for surely need to get at least one more of these. The fact that there's 2 more here, plus there's another location that we have another 200-inch buck. Man, I can't wait to get back out there in the future. But for now, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, look what's sneaking in here. Look at what's sneaking in here. That's a cool looking black bear. And I'm pretty sure we just hard shot it. What? We're using the 420s and we're holding for the neck on the walk. So to drop it, it had to have been a hard shot. Had to have been. Yep. It was, in fact, the most incredible hard shot you could ever imagine. 60 yards on the walk with the 420s. And you couldn't have made a better shot if you tried.